Sarah Gasby here, and it's so good to be with you. I hope that you're healthy and that you're at home with your families and staying active and staying busy. I'm sure that you are. I just wanted to throw out a couple classes for you guys that will hopefully kind of take place of our time together, although it won't be the same. It's something that you can still do in your home at any time. And I just want to let you know that I'm thinking about you. I'm here for you. So if you ever have any questions, you can always reach out about the practice. What I really also wanted just to focus on was just the concept before we get started into the movement piece is that, we're in these really uncertain times. I know many of you have probably had discussions with your family and friends about that, or what's going to happen, how it's going to impact or affect your athletic career and what you're doing. But just remembering that this too shall pass, that this is the present moment, that we can still feed our minds and our bodies with some really positive, amazing things, even though we're in a really uncertain time. So my advice would just to continue with your breath. The more that your thoughts kind of travel or the conversations that you have, just remembering your breath in those moments. So what we're gonna get started with, if you have a blanket at home, a throw blanket, any type of blanket that you might have, you're gonna fold it up and just make sure that you have that right by your side because we might need that in a little bit. And we're just going to continue with kind of the same things that we've been doing in the classes before, and my hope is that you can continue to do these at home when you find time. If you're keeping up with your practices and with your routine of physical fitness and athletic training, that's awesome, and this is something quick that you can throw in every day or every other day, a few times a week, really whatever works for you is as needed. So what we're going to do is get started in a seated position, and you might feel more comfortable sitting or sitting up in this shape, or if you want to find your seat, crisscross applesauce. And if this doesn't feel good, this is also where you could take that blanket and you're just going to sit on it. So it kind of helps elevate your pelvis over your knees, and your legs definitely don't have to look like mine. Some of you actually might look like this, and that's fine. Or some of you might look like this, which is fine. I just want you to find what's most comfortable for your body. So I'm gonna sit up, and we're gonna think about as much as we can of stacking our head over our diaphragm and over our pelvis or over our hips. So you're gonna sit up really tall and just letting your arms relax, maybe even closing your eyes. You can just face or just gaze towards the ground if that feels better for you with your eyes open. And just take a couple deep breaths in and out. Just inhale and exhale. And again, inhale and exhale. Continuing to breathe. Again, the point of this in really any breathing activity or really light movement practice is to notice what we're experiencing in this moment. What are we bringing to this practice right now? And can I implement my breath and be present with that, no matter what it is? By breathing deep in through your nose and out through your nose, you're going to help send a lot of oxygen to your brain, which is going to give you clarity, which is going to tap into the better relaxing part of the central nervous system. And staying calm is also going to boost your immunity. This breathing is always going to do that for you as well. And immunity, not just meaning fighting off any infection or any illness, but immunity for more of a supple, strong body, which is your joints, your connective tissues, your muscles, your bones. All of that, the breath aids in all of that for the whole body to be present. So in this moment, as you start to continue to breathe, and we'll transition here into the physical part in just a second, but if you'd like to cultivate an intention for your day or just for your practice right now, something positive that you'd like to pull into this moment, you can do that right now. Just a thought, an emotion, whatever that is. When you're ready, if your eyes are closed, just slowly, softly start to open them up. So we're going to start in a seated position, and you might need to adjust your legs if you're feeling uncomfortable. You guys don't have to do exactly what I do, just remembering that listening to your body. So if you need to get up, you need to stand, you need a forward fold, you need to move your legs, that is totally up to you as we do these practices. And you can even sit in a chair if you needed to do this as well. So what we're gonna do first is just try to draw your head back again so that you feel your head over your diaphragm, over your pelvis, over your hips. Sit up tall. Let your shoulders kind of roll back and forward a couple times. Just notice what's happening in the shoulders and your neck today. You might feel contention or tightness, maybe some strain. And then allow that all near you guys, so that left ear to fall to the left shoulder. And then sit up really tall, take a breath, feel a sense of lightness in the crown of your head. And then exhale, let that right ear fall towards the right shoulder. And then back up to center. And again, left ear towards left shoulder. And then back up to center, keeping your belly hugging in and your tailbone rolling down to support your low back. Right ear towards that right shoulder. And inhale, come all the way back up. Taking your hands towards your, kind of right above your hips or right around your obliques. Sit up really tall, just let your elbows pull back, lift through your chest. And then exhale to pull your elbows forward and round your chin towards your sternum bone. Like you're doing a cat-cow. So inhale, lift, pull your elbows back. And then exhale around, kind of pull the belly in. Head down. Inhale, lift chin away from sternum bone, lift up. And then exhale, hug the elbows in, roll back. Inhale, slowly sit up. Taking your hands down alongside your hips. Okay, so what you're going to do is take your right arm, your kind of inner wrist towards the back of your head. You're going to lift your left arm up. Reach through your fingertips up really tall. And as you exhale, just sort of flip your palm in and out as you start to rotate your arm down. Fingertips come down, and then inhale, come up. And your hand is just flipping forward and back. So a little bit of that shoulder mobility movement. Notice what's happening in that shoulder right now. And then do it again. So exhale, you go down. Inhale one more time, reach up. And then as you exhale, you come back down. And then this time you're going to take that left hand, you're going to tuck it behind you so the front of the palm, top of the palm comes to your sacrum. Sit up really tall. Feel your ribs kind of shift away from your pelvis, soften the chin and the throat and the jawbone. And then exhale, slowly release your hands, and you're going to start to walk your hands forward. Take a gentle forward fold over your legs. Inhale, lift through your chest. Walk your hands over the left side of your body. Stretch your right arm to the left. Just feel that right hip get really heavy. Slowly come back to neutral. Sit all the way up. Let's go ahead, cross that opposite leg in front, or if you're in this shape, maybe you take your feet down, let your knees kind of go back from side to side a couple times. Shake it out, however you kind of need to do that. And we'll find that seated position. All right, so what we'll do now is we're going to take that left inner wrist, form to the back of the skull. Okay, that right hand comes down, and we're going to do that shoulder rotation. You flip your palm in, and up and out, all the way up, and then exhale, down. And then inhale up, step really tall, and exhale down. One more time, inhale up, moving from the wrist, but you feel this in your shoulder a lot. And then exhale down. The front or the top of the left palm comes behind your sacrum, your lower back, and we sit really tall. Kind of push your lower back into the top of the back of your palm on your inhale. And then exhale, slowly release. You're going to walk your hands out in front of you again, forward fold. Lift through your heart, and then exhale. As your left hip gets heavy, you're going to walk your hands over the right side. Deep breath. Inhale, come back through center, sit all the way up. Okay, so what we're going to do is take that blanket if you have it, just set it off to the side. I'm going to come into neutral child's pose. So we're going to start actually with toes tucking or feet flat, and then you're going to sit your hips back towards your heels. You're going to stretch your arms out. Keep your wrists off the ground if you can. Inner thighs laced together, and then forehead to the ground. Just take a couple moments so you guys can keep doing this as I talk, of just noticing what it feels like in your body to kind of stretch the back body. Feel what it feels like in your belly to pull your belly in and soften your breath into that space. And as you exhale, can you kind of feel the capacity of your back just engaging on your exhale, relaxing. So just nice and easy. Reach to your fingertips, take a breath in, and exhale. All right, inhale, we're gonna come back towards neutral tabletop. Okay, so what we're gonna do from here, you guys, is you're gonna sit back towards your child's pose. So again, feet could be flat or toes tucked, inner thighs together, feet together, heels together. You're gonna sit your hips back towards your heels. You're gonna take your forearms down to the ground. So essentially what I want you to think about is your shoulder over your elbow. And we're just gonna do some more shoulder movement rotation. So what you're gonna do from here is inhale, you're just gonna lean forward. Try to keep your head over your spine. And then exhale, you're gonna sit back. And again, inhale, come forward, belly hugs in. And exhale, pull back. It's like shoulder flossing essentially. Few more, so just inhale, reach forward. Press down into your palms evenly, and then exhale, sink back. Two more, inhale. Nice and slow. We're looking for integration of the whole body. Exhale back. One more, inhale. And exhale, pull back. Now inhale, come all the way forward. Come to your hands and to your knees. Take a couple rounds of cat-cow. So as you inhale, lift through your heart. And exhale, round. Pull the belly in, dropping head, chin to sternum bone. And then again, inhale, reach to your heart. Belly drops. And exhale, round. Let your neck be free here. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. That nice little shoulder opener again. I'm going to keep that left hand down. You're going to reach your right arm up. And then exhale, just thread. So let that right arm come down and through right side of the head towards the ground. Your left hand can stay right here. Maybe you tuck that left hand to that right hip. And you start to roll the head of the arm bone back on that left side. Belly's nice and soft. Hips are stable, steady. Jaws relaxed, opening up. Deep breath. This can be uncomfortable, but we're just going to stick with it. We're going to breathe with it. Invite our whole body to be present. And then exhale, slowly release. We'll come back to center. A couple more rounds of cat-cow. Kind of release, shake it out, neutralize. Maybe wave your hips and your head back from side to side. Maybe that cow shape. A bit more inhale on the cow. And then exhale, get round. Press down evenly into those palms. Other side, neutral tabletop. And take that left arm, sweep it up. And exhale, thread it right underneath. Same thing on this side. Maybe right hand stays down or tuck it into the hip. Gently coming all the way back to center, back to neutral tabletop. Okay, so we're gonna get our feet to about hip distance, knees to about hip distance. You're gonna tuck your toes. We're gonna go from a progression of downward facing dog and then hovering our knees off the mat. So what I want you guys to think about when you do this is take an inhale, pull your low belly back towards your low spine. It's like you're pushing your breath into your lower back, into your obliques. So you can even set your hand there for a breath, take an inhale, and then exhale. Push the breath into the back of your palm, like you're really, really pushing your low belly to the back of the palm too. That's what you want here on that engagement, this progression. So what we're gonna do is take an inhale, reach to your heart. You're gonna tuck your toes, you're gonna bend your knees, lift your hips back behind you, let your head drop between your arms. Stretch your back body, knees are bent, almost thighs to torso. And then inhale, you're gonna roll forward and just hover your knees and slightly grip your fingertips to the ground or to your mat, and then exhale, sit your hips back. Inhale, knees come down, belly hugs up. Exhale, push that breath into your lower back as you lift your hips back, head drops down. And again, two more times, lower down, hover your knees, reach through the heart. Exhale, lift back. One more. Inhale, roll forward, hover. Belly soft, neck is soft, strong body. Good. Exhale, press hips back. Good. So we're going to stay in this down dog shape. You're going to take your feet a little bit wider and knees stay bent. Just sway your hips back from side to side. Let your head hang between your arms. Baby gaze underneath one arm and then underneath the other. Make sure that your palms are spread nice and wide onto your mat. And then exhale, drop your knees all the way down. All right, let's find our seat. We're gonna take, so I'll mirror you guys again, left knee forward, right knee back, okay? And you're gonna scissor your legs, so you might sit up really, really tall, or you're gonna try to at least, and think again about the head over the diaphragm, over the pelvis, so nice neutral spine. Now, if you have that blanket and that left knee, it kind of hurts to push it down, you can go ahead and put the blanket underneath the left knee, or if that right knee needs a little bit of support, you could also put the blanket there, okay? So you have kind of like this little scissor action happening with our legs. We're gonna sit up really tall. We're gonna start to twist towards the left with our torso. We're gonna lean over just a little bit. And just a little bit of a twist here. So you wanna pull your belly in, just twisting from your rib cage, but your low back stays really engaged and relaxed. And then you're gonna inhale, sit up. You're gonna take your right arm off to the side. And now exhale, sort of cross it over your body and reach towards the left. And then you're gonna inhale, sit all the way up. Reach your right arm up. Exhale, take it back down. Inhale, reach across your body. And back to center. Reach it up. And exhale down. One more time, reach across your body. Twisting from the rib cage, inhale, come up. Right arm goes up. Exhale down. And now twist all the way over that left side. And see if you either just keep your hands right here, or maybe your forearms come down to the ground. At this point, if you want to stagger your legs a little bit more, you could do that. Come back a little bit so you guys can see me. I just want to feel this internal, external rotation of the legs, right? And the hips. You find length through the back body. One more breath. And then slowly start to come all the way back up. Okay, before we do the other side, we're gonna take feet together, knees apart. So you're gonna sit up as tall as you can. You can sit on your blanket if you need to help lift your pelvis a little bit more, support your spine. Feet together, knees apart, hands to ankles or tops of feet, sit up really tall. And then on the inhale, I'm just gonna reach my heart forward, and I still get this nice long spine. So when I hit that space of I can't go any further, I take a nice breath, and then exhale, just relax. And use a little bit of leverage of the elbows into the inner knees, or a little bit of that compression. It's a great pose if you're feeling stuck, stagnant energy in your body anywhere. Just deep breaths right into the tight spaces. Especially the neck. Inhale, come all the way up. Do the other side. Right knee goes forward, left knee points back, or left leg. Sit up tall, place your blanket wherever it needs to go. One side might feel, the right side might feel completely different from the left, and that's just our bodies, that's just what we do. So we modify by using the props, or maybe taking the legs a little bit closer together or further apart. So take a moment just to kind of feel that in your body. We're gonna stack again, head over pelvis. We're gonna sit up really tall. And from here, reach your left arm across your body, just twisting from your rib cage. Inhale, come back. Reach it up on the next inhale. Exhale out to the side. Inhale, cross body, reach, cross midline, left arm to the right. Come up really tall, inhale, arm lifts. And exhale down. Inhale one more time. Reach. Back to center. All the way up. And exhale down. This time we'll take that full twist over towards the right. Hands stay here, flex through your feet. You might have to adjust your hips a little bit. Stay up, or forearms come down. Deep breaths. Keep that low belly pulling in, lengthen through the back of your body. Inhale, slowly start to come up. Okay, we're gonna face forward on your mat or whichever way you want. It's not a big deal. a little bit of kind of movement through the hamstrings, and then we're gonna come onto our back. So we're just gonna sit up really tall. If you have that blanket, you could also put it underneath your knees, especially if you have a tight lower back or tight hamstrings. You're gonna wanna put that blanket. You're just gonna roll it up, stack it up, however best you can get there. Put it right underneath your knees. I would love for you to flex your toes back towards your kneecap. Sit up really tall. Same thing with our posture here. Head over pelvis and just gently start to forward fold until you feel that nice stretch, right? And it might not take a lot. It could be really, really subtle. So even sometimes the stretch just might be from here, and then we pause. If you feel compelled to just go a little bit more, listening to your body. Flexing the toes of the kneecap, softening the jaw, the space between your eyebrows. Last couple breaths. And then inhale, starting to stack your spine. Exhale, you're gonna roll all the way onto your back. You're gonna hug your knees towards your chest. Just take nice, gentle rock back from side to side. Knee circles, or some nice big hip circles here. Ankle circles, spread your toes, kind of get the ankle joints moving. A little kind of waver back from side to side. Toes go up to the sky. Arms can go alongside the body. Same thing, point flex your feet, roll out your ankles. Right foot comes down, just taking the hands interlaced to the back of your left hamstring. Not too much of an intense stretch, just enough. Couple more deep breaths. Exhale, left foot comes down, right toes go up. Same thing on this side. That leg doesn't have to be always straight. You can be bent. Point flex the foot, roll out the ankle. And exhale, release. All right, last pose, we're gonna end with a little bit of a twist. So you're gonna let your hips come up to the right, like that, shift into the right, knees fall to the left. You need your blanket between your knees, just to support your pelvis, you can do that. Arms go out towards T-shape, maybe cactus, or they just rest to wherever it feels comfortable. Stay here for about 30 seconds, just a nice twist through the spine. Maybe your gaze drops to the other side, to the right. Feel your shoulders get really heavy onto the mat, but feel a sense of lightness through the sternum bone and the twist of the spine. And then exhale, slowly release. Feet come down a little bit wider than hip distance. Just let your knees go that internal, external rotation. They sway one way and then they sway the other. Back to neutral, you're gonna hug your knees to your chest. Take your toes up to the sky one more time, roll the ankles for the toes. Feet down, hugging knees in. Shift your hips, pelvis to the left, knees fall to the right. Place the blanket between your knees if you'd like. Arms go back out to where it feels most comfortable. Maybe gaze drops to the left. And you just settle in, find your breath. Take your breath with you wherever you are at in this moment. With whatever feelings or sensations come into this place, into right now. And then when you're ready, exhale, slowly release. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna sit up. I would love for you to keep laying down. So if there's any other final kind of pose that you need before we go to this final rest, you're gonna do that right now. So maybe a happy baby or a little back bend, whatever you need. But Other than that, when you're ready, you're just gonna find your way onto your back to this final resting moment. And you can do this for longer than I guide you through. I'm just gonna kind of give you a little bit, and then if you want to do this a little longer after I'm done with the video, go for it. The rest, this part is truly the most important thing that you can do for your body every single day. But as you lay down with your arms alongside your body and your legs out straight, start with those 3 deep breaths. So think a really swift inhale, like, and exhale as you hold your breath. And then again, inhale and exhale.